So, let's set the scene. I've had this YouTube channel for about 7 months now, and I did call it Adam Templeton Triathlete. However, I was yet to race a triathlon. Although, all of that is about to change as I've signed up for and trained for the Aberfeldy Middle Distance Triathlon. And this is how it went. So yes guys, hello and welcome back to the Adam Templeton Triathlete YouTube channel. You join me just now, 24 hours away from the main event of this season, the Aberfeldy Middle Distance Triathlon. Just now, I've just finished off my last activation workout, so it was 45 minutes on Zwift, some short sharp efforts with the power building between each of the efforts and then the duration also shortening. Just getting the legs turning over, making sure the heart's still working, and yeah, now it's time just to get the carb loading going. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you probably are a triathlete yourself, and yeah, you will probably have heard of the Pro Tri News podcast, who recently had Tim Podligar on, a sports nutritionist. Basically now there's just a magic number going about of 12 grams per kilogram of body weight of carbohydrate to take in the day before race day, which yeah is the whole idea of carb loading. To be honest, I don't know if I'll go up to 12 grams per kilogram of body weight, but I'll get as close to it as I can. Already had first breakfast before coming on the bike here, and now it's time for second breakfast. Actually first, I guess a quick shower is required. You've got to love it. Last wee bit of cold water exposure training done. The boiler wasn't working this morning, so yeah, it was a cold shower just there. And yeah, second breakfast now done. Feeling great so far. Just got to get the last couple of things in the car and then it's go time. And of course, the last bit to pack, the most important bit, dinner for tonight. Pizza that I've made before going, because cooking facilities at the place we're staying at are very minimal. Got a microwave and a toaster, so packaged it all up, and the tubs that we had weren't big enough, so yeah, one of the pots to store it.
Sometimes my genius is, it's almost frightening.
And there we have it. Officially made it to the race briefing and race registration area. Some good driving by my mum there. Just taking my usual role of passenger princess. Getting a lift up. So yep, I'll go collect my number, and yeah, we're here just in time for the first race briefing, so the 12 o'clock one. And I'll catch you when we get inside. Race number collected, got the stickers put on the bags, and now it's just 5 minutes until the race briefing. Race briefing now complete, just going over the basics, and yeah, objective now is just get the T2 bag packed. That one has to be in transition by 5 o'clock today. So yeah, pretty much just run shoes, run hat, a couple of gels. Once that's in, that's the logistics sorted for today. That's us, we have now arrived at T2. Just about to find my spot where to put the bag, and yeah, once that's done, like I was saying, pretty much all the logistics for today complete. And from there it's just a wait until tomorrow. A fairly optimal route for going out onto the run, which is pretty good. The field that we're in is a little bit boggy, but what can you expect? The weather today isn't great. Hoping it does clear up a bit for tomorrow. Well, the water feels warm enough to me. Does look a bit choppy for my liking, but you know, you just have to wait and see. Well, making breakfast at 3:58 in the morning can mean only one thing, it's race day. Okay, quick update. T1 bike is now racked and ready to go. Got the bottom half of the wetsuit on. Probably one last pit stop before starting. Last wee bit of energy, like always before these races now, to give me some wings. And yeah, then we'll be off to race start. Well, the water is looking pretty much like a mirror. It's looking like glass. Thank goodness. After yesterday it did look a bit choppy, but there is zero wind this morning pretty much. It does make it a nightmare for midges. Thank you to the guy who gave me some midgie spray. But yeah, we're about half an hour from race start now.
Again, it is self-seeding. It's up to you when you go out to the...
Slightly wobbly. There we go. On Adam! Woohoo! Go on, Adam! Woo! Yeah!
Kenwood, completely triathlete so far.
Go on, Adam! Woo! Oh.
There we have it, race complete. Probably about half an hour now after I finished the race. Managed to calm down a bit. Of course, always when you cross the line at first, the emotions are just running very high. Brief breakdown just now. I think my time was around 4:41, 4:42, which, to be honest, couldn't have went much better. And yeah, the swim wasn't atrocious. T1 spent a bit more time than I thought I would. The bike, very solid. We had good effort on the hill climb. Managed to get into T2 feeling good, out onto the run, and yeah, didn't completely die, so that was good. We'll do a further breakdown later on, and yeah, hopefully catch some clips of the awards ceremony to see if we did get that hill climb trophy.
200 metres to go. We'll come on forward, Adam. Well done, young man.
Oh, sorry.
He knew exactly what he was doing in that hill, that's for sure.
And there we have it. It is now Monday morning. Didn't film too many more clips yesterday, just spent a lot of the time just reflecting on the race, enjoying the celebrations, and yeah, I was pretty tired out at that point, so I thought it'd be best just to wait until the next day to get an in-depth breakdown of what happened during the race. So having a look initially just at the overall times, the total race I finished in 4 hours, 41 minutes and 9 seconds. So that was made up of a 40-minute, 51-second swim and swim to T1. T1 ended up taking me 6 minutes 39. The bike I managed to do in 2:37.47. T2 1 minute 40, and then the run I went 1:14.11. So going back to the swim, got in the water and felt reasonably good. Managed to start turning arms quite well. I was finding it quite difficult to sight at first, but the general flow of everyone else moving, I was able to work out where I was. After turning that first buoy, we were then swimming back more towards where the sun was rising. At that point, sighting then did become increasingly difficult. It was difficult. My goggles have a sort of yellow tint to them anyway, so with the sun blazing down, the yellow tint of my goggles, and I'm looking about for the orange buoy, yeah, that was quite difficult. Also as well, my hands started to get pretty cold, so the technique was sort of thrown out the window. But I'd say from the swimming, I think I was just sub 2 minute pace, or 2 minutes per 100, which for me in open water I'm happy with. I'd say just where my skill level is at the moment, that's probably, I maybe could have gone a bit faster, but the water was so calm that morning, there was no wind, it looked like glass, it was absolutely perfect, so I did get extremely lucky. Then yeah, coming out of the water, did start to feel a bit cold, so T1, just, I didn't even know what I was doing. I was trying to even work out how to put socks on at that point, just trying to orientate myself, get rid of the sort of sea legs that you get and you're kind of wandering about. Managed to get my cycling jersey on. That was a choice that I made, that I thought, just one, for a little bit more warmth, and two, obviously he's riding with a long sleeve tri-suit, and sleeve suits is more aero. So I thought, yeah, I'll put that jersey on over my tri-suit, and yeah, it allowed me also to carry a wee bit extra nutrition, which was also good. Then looking towards the bike, to be honest, it couldn't have gone much better, I don't think. On the first climb out of transition 1, I must have passed easy 50, probably even 100 of, well, maybe not 100, but 50, 75 people. I was flying up that climb, and then the descent down, I was starting to get closer to people where their swimming ability is obviously better, but their biking ability is similar to mine. It was quite funny, there was a couple of the Uber bikers in that area as well, where obviously their bikes are slightly heavier and some of them were slightly bigger athletes than me. So on the flats they were flying by me, but they're on uphills, I was catching them again, so that was quite fun. Getting to just about 50-55k into the race, I was in a group of about 5. There was one of the times where I did try and move to the front. I say a group, we were at the 12 metre distance, maybe sometimes coming a wee bit closer. I did try and go to the front one of the times, but yeah, the power was just too high, so what I decided to do is basically just sit up a little bit, make sure I wasn't cheating. It is of course a time trial on the day, I'm not fighting for the win, but I don't want to be, I don't want to be caught cheating. So I sat up a little bit, let that group go, and I knew the climb was coming after that anyway. From that climb, there was the specific timing chip for that. Just now I don't have the exact times, they've not managed to get them up on the website. If they do when I'm editing this video, I'll put it up on the screen just about now. But yeah, I got there, 65k into the ride, and I thought, you know what, I'm feeling pretty good. Let's just go full gas for this. And looking at that, probably what you've seen from the videos already of the ceremonies, first place on the hill climb effort went to me. I did go full gas up it, I left absolutely everything on that climb for a 5-minute effort. However, I managed to finish the climb, get to the top, and then it was a descent back down into T2 anyway, so a good bit of time to recover and get some nutrition back on. Back to T2, again, no more issues on the bike, managed to get in and out, and actually a fairly good time, under 2 minutes, which I was happy with. However, as I was leaving, I did kind of need the toilet, and I was asking where are the toilets, and I'm like, oh, probably the first aid station. So I started running, got into a good rhythm. The first half was more flat, and then you were going down the hills that you knew were going to be there on the way back. So again, I was pushing on as much as possible, but keeping it conservative, not going too hard early on. Fueling, I was still keeping up with, managing to take on gels. However, the first aid station went by, there was no toilet. The second one went by, there was no toilet. But just before the turn point, about 9k in, there was a portaloo there, so quickly jumped in. Took just about 2 minutes, and then I was back running again, and I felt a lot better after that. Reaching the turn point, the legs were still feeling pretty good. They were starting to tire, but again, even though I went full gas up the climb, I was still feeling pretty solid. And yeah, managed to keep pushing on until about 17k into the 20k run, where I did begin to tire. However, it didn't completely fall apart. I definitely feel that the strength training that I've been doing has helped with that a lot. I didn't start to collapse at the hips. I was keeping tall, trying to push on where I could, and yeah, managed to bring it home strong to finish 15th overall in the race. And yep, just as I said there, even though we managed to get that trophy for the hill climb, I also did manage to get the fastest run of the day as well, which I'm incredibly happy with. Also at the ceremonies they had both the race rewards and then also the Scottish Triathlon awards. And yeah, so the top 3 20 to 24 for the overall race I didn't get. I was actually 4th in the 20 to 24 category. However, I don't know if one of the athletes aren't just a member of Scottish Triathlon or if they are from another nation, because for the Scottish Triathlon medals I managed to get 3rd place. So yeah, it is more a bit like that meme where the guy is celebrating like crazy even though he's on the 3rd step of the podium, because I did celebrate more about this one, getting the hill climb trophy. And again, it might just be that one of the other athletes isn't part of Triathlon Scotland, they don't have a membership. But yeah, you know what, any sort of hardware that I can get, I'll take it, and this bronze medal I'm definitely really happy with. It's also good just to see where I stack up against other people my age, and yeah, where I can improve. Of course, swimming, like always, that's a major room for improvement. The bike went really well, really happy with how aero I stayed. Actually the stats from the bike, I averaged like 209 watts, normalised 225, and compared to a lot of the athletes around me, they were, some of them doing like 250, 275 watt averages. So yeah, I was definitely staying aero on that bike. And of course the run is where I should be performing well at, and I did actually manage to come through on that this time, which was really good. However, the best part about the event, like always, were the supporters, the volunteers, the organisers, the one that make the event actually possible. At first, with this one, with there being the split transitions being like 6-7 miles apart, I wasn't sure how the logistics were going to go, but it was completely stress-free. We were able to just get on with the race as athletes, and everything else was sorted for us. The race registration the day before was smooth, the race briefing was great, the award ceremony was perfect, and yeah, a big thank you to all the volunteers, supporters and race organisers that managed to make this event possible. And there we have it. Even though I've had this YouTube called Adam Templeton Triathlete for quite a while, I've finally actually raced a triathlon. The training leading into it was really good, and yeah, I think actually looking at the dates, I might actually have another triathlon coming up in just a few weeks' time. If you have enjoyed the video and you want to see more like this, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.